Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the show that keeps you entertained with anything relationships related. My name is Berlin, your host with the most, and without further ado, let's dive into today's episode. So, hi guys, how are you doing? How is life? How's everything? Um, for me, I can't complain. Yeah, life is not bad. Life is okay, and yeah, I know that everything that we plan goes according to God's will. So before I start today's episode, I wanted to thank you guys for the love that you've shown my last episode. It's actually it has got the most views on YouTube than all my other episodes. And yeah, I'm so grateful for that. I know somebody somewhere is listening and is like, sasa 40 views ni kitu ya kufurahia. Hey, that's a big milestone for me. And I'm so happy. And I thank you guys for the newcomers. Thank you very much. Thank you for clicking on my content. Thank you for watching my video. And may you please subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. The ultimate goal for the year is 1,000 subscribers. But for now, we are on the road to 100 subscribers. And I know November is not going to end without us getting there. Okay, guys, so please get me to 100 subscribers by the end of November so that by the time we are entering 2 years, yeah, 2 years since this podcast started, we'll get to 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for always tuning in. For my returning subscribers, those who usually listen to my content every time, thank you guys for your support. If it were not for you, then obviously I wouldn't be this far and I wouldn't take my time to create content. Yeah, so today's episode, oh, today's episode is kind of different, I can say. Ukisikiza, if you are not in a good mood, utasikia tu mauchungu, but yeah, it's sort of a reality check kind of episode. And yeah, I know some things are going to hurt, but it's the reality. I just wanted to put it out there, and it's something that I've experienced, and I actually came to understand that it's something pretty normal and it's not a big deal. Yeah, sorry. So today's episode is about outgrowing friendships. Yeah. So uh, we know what friendships are and we know what to outgrow means. Okay. So over time we change. We have different interests, different a lot of things happen in life, and it is totally normal to accept that somebody's time in your life, their season in your life is over and it's time to actually move on. But people often find it too hard, ama we ignore the signs that it's time to outgrow that friendship and move on. And yeah, you'll meet other friends, of course. Okay, so today's episode is about it's mostly about signs that show that a relationship has served its purpose and it's actually time to move on from it and go on with their life without that person. I don't mean necessarily that you cut them off. Yeah, it may be time to step back a little bit and let each other grow on individual levels. Unaweza keep in touch ile ya tu hi, I found this that I think you should do. You don't have to be super close. That is what I'm saying. Yeah, over time things change and it's very normal. Some friendships may need you to completely cut off your friend because of various reasons. Others may need you to take a step back, not to cut them off, but to just take a step back and watch from afar. Okay? So I came up with about 10 signs that show that the friendship is over and it's time to move on. And I also did a question tag on our Instagram account. Do you follow our Instagram account? What are you waiting for? Yeah, our Instagram account is at Relationships with Berlin. So I posted a question tag on the Relationships with Berlin Instagram account and my account, and I got some responses that combined helped me come up with the 10 signs that friendship has served its purpose. And yeah, it's okay if you feel like it's time you left it, and yeah, you've outgrown it, in short. So the first and the most important sign that people should note is communication. I know kila mahali, everywhere we are told communication is the key, and guys, for real, communication is the key. You can't say that we are friends and we've taken a whole year without talking to each other. Tuko tu hapo status viewers, you see, oh, my friend got a job, you didn't even congratulate your friend, you're just there, and then next year, yani time tu inapita, you don't communicate. That is going too far. Let me give you an example that is near. Let's say, for example, you're not comfortable with how your friendship is. Maybe you feel like your friend is draining you in some way, or maybe they're doing something that you don't like. But since you don't want to you know to end the friendship for some reason, maybe there's something you feel like you're getting from there, so you don't tell them that, actually, I don't like the way you treat me like this. You just keep quiet with it, and then in the end you end up that the friendship is not working, because what utakuwa unaumia and your friend is just having fun. She may be hurting your feelings, and you are just there like, oh, she's my friend. I can't I don't want to break up with her, maybe because she knows a lot of people, blah blah blah. Okay, so communication is key. Communication is everything in any kind of relationship, even friendships, even in the family setting. Communication is very important. If you want something, you have to say it. You can't expect your friend to know everything about you. Yes, they're supposed to know your friend. If they're your closest, they're supposed to know everything about you. But how am I supposed to know that deep down you have anxiety and you didn't tell me? And then anytime I meet you, I'm like, my friend is okay, she's a strong girl, blah blah blah. So I don't take keen into your problems, and in the end, you're not benefiting from our friendship, and your friend is the one who's supposed to help you first. So communication is the key. If you feel like the communication is faded, and you don't feel comfortable telling your friend some other things, maybe it's time you actually move on. You find somebody else who you can tell. But it also depends. There are some people who are, how do I say, is it really introverted? Yeah, they don't feel very comfortable sharing their stuff with others. But if somebody's your friend that you can't share, then isn't that a red flag? Because I know if you've taken somebody and put them in that state that this is my best friend, I can tell her anything, but then you hold out on them, then maybe you're lying to yourself. They're not your best friend. Go out and find your best friend. Yeah, see that you cut off. It's not their fault, it's actually your fault. But it's not a bad thing, it's a good thing. Okay? So that is the first point, communication. If the communication is faded, if it's not like it used to be, then maybe you guys need to give each other space. And if that space continues to worsen the communication, then yeah, the friendship has served its purpose, and it's time you looked for other friends. Okay? Yeah. The second point is exclusion. So somebody said that their friends excluded them from plans. She will see them go out and have fun with other people without telling her. Like, for example, you stay in, what is it called, in Kisumu, and then you didn't even tell me. You say I'm your best friend or I'm your close friend. You meet some people and you're like, yeah, let's go out. Let's go. It's the weekend. Let's go to local beach. We do this and this. And then me, I'm just there kwa mtandao. I see you on Instagram. You are posting when you are having fun, and you didn't even bother to tell me. Yes, maybe you thought I don't have money or something, but just the thought of, hey, we are going out on Sunday with Nani and Nani, do you want to come? But this is usually a problem in friendships that are a group. When you are more than two people, maybe you're three people, you're three friends who are close, and then the other two keep doing things and excluding you without even telling you, then that's a clear red sign that it's time you stopped the friendship, because why would they exclude you if they consider you a very close friend? That's not right. Yeah. So, but exclusion comes in two forms: the one that they themselves exclude you, they make plans and do things without you, and the one that you exclude yourself. So you may think that if I go and hang out with Kina Jane, they'll be like, oh yeah, sijui I met sijui with celebrity, blah blah blah, and you're not obsessed with celebrities. So you'll be like, ah, what's the need for me to go and hang out with these guys if my opinions are not heard and they don't actually respect what I say? So you opt to exclude yourself, and that's a sign that you guys have nothing in common. Like the things you have in common are very little, such that you don't feel like you'll be heard in the conversation. So you decide, for my own peace of mind and send a quest energy, let me stay at home. I exclude myself. So every time they invite you out, you're like, no, I have plans. I was doing this, and you're not doing anything. Yeah, that's a sign that, yeah, maybe they're not your closest friends as you thought. Okay. And the next thing is lack of respect for boundaries. So I am actually still new to this concept of boundaries. I'm somebody who didn't know how to set boundaries. Nilikuwa I could stomach everything juu sijui, I just love having friends, and I realized I have held on to a lot of friendships. I have I have very many friends from earlier on when I was in primary. Some people I've known for half of my life. And some of those friendships are still actually very strong, but some there's a strained communication. But if people don't respect the boundaries that you make, then they're not your friends. Yeah. Boundaries are set for your own peace of mind, so that if you're in the relationship, if you're in the group and you feel like you want to take a step back, there's a boundary that you've told them that, guys, I don't like when you do this, so if you do this, you'll be hurting me. If they don't respect that, that is a boundary that you set. Sorry, if your friends don't respect the boundaries that you set, then they're not your people. Yeah, if you deeply care about someone, then why would you make them feel uncomfortable or force them to do things that they told you that they don't want to do? So that is a clear sign that it's time to walk out of that friendship and, yeah, find your own people, find your own space somewhere. Um, the other thing is guilt and obligation. So if for somebody who is used to having a lot of friends or a lot of people around them so that they can feel like there is something, they often see all these red flags in the friendship, but they're like, no, nikimwacha, you remember last time my mom was sick, she was there for me, so there's no need for me to leave them. Like, so anytime you hold on to a friendship because you feel that if you leave them, you will feel guilty, and if you leave them, like, it's just your duty to be there for them because you want to reciprocate what they did for you, which is not a bad thing. It's a bad thing and it's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing that it's good to be considerate of others, to be kind to others. If they offered a hand of kindness to you at some point, it's a good thing to reciprocate it when the time comes. But it doesn't mean that you continue to be in a friendship or in a relationship just so that you are waiting for that time that you have to repay their kindness, you walk out. If that person is a truly good friend, they'll understand that it's not working for you anymore. You don't feel like you are valued in the friendship or anything, and you need the space, you need to walk out. It does not mean you won't help them when they need you. People often feel that if your friend leaves you, that they won't help you with anything. And as I said, as I started, if if the friendship is not working, it does not mean you cut off the friend. You don't have to cut them off. You need each other at some point. You can just be acquaintances, you watch from afar, and be like, yeah, I know I have a friend in Nairobi, this. And you follow, you keep tabs. You unaweza follow social media or anything. You don't have to be talking to each other every day to be friends. Okay? So if you maintain the contacts and you're not close, it's okay. So if time comes that you feel like it's time I repay the kindness that my friend did, if it's maybe they came through for you when you were sad, maybe you lost a loved one. If they lose a someone, if they lose a loved one, sorry, there's no problem you comforting them, even if you're not friends. Yeah, I just feel like maybe those who are younger than me feel like maybe it's something that can't work, but at the point that I've gotten to, I feel like you don't have to be friends to help somebody. Mnaweza kuwa tu acquaintances. I have people I know. I have people that we don't talk to every day. I have people that I don't even have their phone number, but I see them on social media or anything. If they reach out and ask me to do something, and I know this person has also helped me in one way or another at some point in my life, then I can't hesitate to help them. They're my friends. They are my friends. They're part of a friendship that I was in, but I outgrew it. We both went our ways, different ways. But at any point, if they ask for my help, I'll come up and help them. And it doesn't mean that that means we are best friends. Okay? So there's a few, like 3 points that are actually, I separated them, but I've realized they are within the other 4 things that I've mentioned, like hurt feelings, that was connected to the exclusion point. Time to hang out feels draining, that is also connected with the guilt and obligation. Space and understanding, this is also another one. Some friends don't understand. There are some people who they're so self-centered that anything that you do, it's supposed to be about them. So if maybe you're overwhelmed, like at the point where we are now, right now, to maintain a friendship is hard because everybody is hustling, everybody is finding themselves, people are trying to make their dreams come true. So sometimes you might feel overwhelmed and you're like, I want to be offline, so if there's an emergency, you can call me, but I just need a break. I just need to relax and think of everything that is going on in my life. See, ati nimekukat off. If you tell your friend that and they make it all about themselves and they don't respect that you need space and actually they don't understand, then there's no need for you to hold the friendship because people have a lot going on. Sometimes it's just good to take a breath, be on your own, sit in that dark room, think hard of what you're doing, of what you want, and just relax and then reboot and restart. So if somebody who you consider very close to you does not understand that, then it's not good. It's a red flag in the friendship, and maybe it's time you take a step back from them. Another thing in this space and understanding point is that maybe you are going through some heartbreak and people deal with, or maybe you've lost a loved one, people deal with grief in very different ways. There's some people that if they're grieving, they want their family, their friends very close to them. And there's some people, if they're grieving, they want nothing to do with anybody. So if that is your friend, you need to know that this is how your friend deals with stuff. So if they take time for themselves, if they lock you out, if they say, please just let me process everything and then when I'm all right, I'll come back to you, you need to understand your friend. But if you don't understand the need for them to take space, then you're not a good friend. That is a clear red flag. Hii imekuwa story ya red flags. Okay, so I have 2 more points to go. The second last point is change/different interest. Yeah, hizi vitu zote quote grow, friendship and people and everything comes about with changes in life. The things that I used to like when I was in primary school are different from things that I used to like in high school, are different from the things that I used to like in university, and very different from the things that I like right now. Yeah. So it may be hard to maintain the friendship that I have in primary up to now because we have changed. I have totally different interests, unless we still have a lot of things in common. And somehow I still have a friend who we share a lot in common. She's from primary school. And there's a friend I had in high school. We had things in common when I was in high school, but right now the friendship is just like, hi, how are you? I'm fine. Okay. Then next time you see a status, you comment, story meisha. There's nothing more. Yeah. So we change and our interests change. So if we have totally different interests and things that we like, then it will be hard for us to maintain the friendship that we had when we were kids, when we were grown up. And that is totally fine. And as I said, you don't have to cut them off unless need be. Yeah, unless need be, you will cut them off. But you can just take a step back, let them have more friends, but you can remain acquaintances. Yeah. So my last point is love. Yeah. For any friendship, you have to love your friend. You have to like that person enough to be their friend. Ukifika a point that anything that this person does inakubother, you feel it bothers you in the negative way, like, oh, sijui alienda kukula ice cream, you're like, sasa nakula ice cream na hii baridi, si atapata pneumonia. Do you really, clearly the love is gone. Then why are you still clinging on to that as your friend? It's not worth it. Yeah. So love is very important in a friendship, in any relationship, in the family, in anything. So if you feel like you don't love the person anymore, yeah, you've served your purpose in the friendship and you've done all you can. It's time to move on. Stop being their friend. You can't be a friend to somebody, mko tu na yeye vizuri, and then after a few minutes you feel like it's not working for you, so you're like, no, I'm done. I do, you, if your friend comes, she sits here, she's like, oh, Berlin, this boy did this and this and this. You're like, lakini we nini nakufanyanga? Sinakwambianga sijui usifanye. Instead of comforting your friend, you're there arguing with her, unamgombanisha, you're scolding her for something that it's clearly man is to error. We all make mistakes. So if anything that your friend does makes you sad in the jealousy kind of way, then that's not your friend anymore. You're not a good friend. It's time to, jitoy, like jikate. You can't be friends with someone and everything they do is you feel jealous. That is not a good trait to have as a friend. Yeah. So I've come to the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you got some clarity on the science. I'm not an expert, but I love giving out my opinion on things that I've experienced and what I know. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, and share on my YouTube. Also, listen to my podcast on Spotify if you can't listen to the video, if you can't watch the video one. Yeah. Don't forget to follow our Instagram account also. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. See you next Sunday. Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys.